it's now my pleasure to install your 2022-2023 GMA President. Article 5, Section 5C of the GMA bylaws provides that the office of President of the Georgia Municipal Association shall have general supervision and charge of the affairs of the association. The President shall give such aid and direction to the Executive Director as may be necessary to carry out the plans and policies of the Board of Directors. The President shall require from the Executive Director such reports as may be necessary to keep advised as to the affairs of the association. With the aid of the Executive Director, the President shall arrange for and be in charge of the annual meeting of the association and shall preside at the same unless the President shall designate another to perform this function. Mayor Smith, please raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear that you will faithfully discharge the duties to which you have been elected and upon which you are about to enter in accordance with Article 5, Section 5C of the bylaws of the Georgia Municipal Association?
I do.
Congratulations, ladies and gentlemen. Please meet your 2022-2023 President, Mayor Julie Smith of the City of Tifton. At this time, I would ask the officers to please take a seat as we prepare to see a short video on Mayor Smith.
Located in central southern Georgia, Tifton is known as the Friendly City. Home to a diverse, welcoming community of approximately 17,000 people, Tifton truly has something for everyone. With its picturesque downtown, expansive historic district, bustling college communities, and numerous restaurants, theaters, and museums, it exemplifies the classic American small town, with an ample amount of distinct southern charm. Tifton's mayor, Julie Smith, is as unique and genuine as the town she oversees. A long-time fixture in the community, Julie has spent most of her life working with and for the people of Tifton. But when she first arrived as a child in the mid-1970s, she wasn't sure it was where she wanted to stay.
I think as you get older, your perspective changes, and you begin to realize that the things maybe that your community isn't is as important as what it is. Tifton was not a big city. It was a very comfortable city. Growing up here and establishing those roots gave me the opportunity to really make a difference and to see where the need was and to see how I could fit in and be a contributing member of this community. Tifton just sort of got hold of me and I guess I got hold of it and so here we are.
Besides her role as mayor, Julie is also a realtor. In 2007, she joined with two business associates to open Advantage Realty Partners, where she helps long-term Tifton residents and newcomers alike find their homes in the community she serves. Julie's greatest love, however, is her family. In 2022, she and her husband Doug celebrated their 25th wedding anniversary, and between the two, they share 5 children and 4 grandchildren.
I was fortunate enough to meet Julie 28 years ago. We met that first night, and there was a spark, something special, and we've never really been apart since that day. She has 2 sons, I have 3 daughters, and it was truly a Brady Bunch event because they were both elementary, junior high school when we met. And the blending of the family has been one of the great challenges and rewards in our life.
Julie had been serving the community in various forms for years, including as Main Street Director and on numerous local boards and volunteer organizations such as the Tift County Development Authority, the Tift County Board of Health, the Tifton-Tift County Tourism Outreach Marketing Group, and the Tift County Airport Authority. She also served as the former co-chair of the Tifton Heritage Foundation and worked for many years with her local First Presbyterian Church session. Yet she still wasn't sure public office would be the right fit.
What inspired me to get into local politics is a friend of mine who had been my representative for over 16 years decided not to run again. And he called one day and said, I've got a favor to ask. Would you consider running for city council? Well, I had never considered that. And so I began to talk to my family and to my friends and to my work colleagues. And and just threw it out there. What do you think about that? And sort of tested the waters. And I got a lot of good feedback and a lot of good support.
Julie was elected in 2012 to the City Council, and in 2016, she became Tifton's first female mayor. And in that role, she has found her true calling.
As a mayor, she's always been involved, and as a citizen, she's been involved. If you want to talk about quality of life in a community, and you want to talk about how an elected official can affect the quality of life, it's not just finances, it's in your philosophy and your approach to life. And I think she wears that and carries that very well.
She's done a tremendous job, not only on the local level, but now on the state level. And she's really come into what the mayor's supposed to do, what type of leader they need to be, and then how they impact the community.
She has a vision, and that vision is to make Tifton a better place.
One of the things I remember we did several years ago, we went and fed some children at lunch, and we noticed that the housing project had several units were burned out. And we got to checking on it, and they had been burned out for years. Julie saw the problem with low-income housing, and she went about fixing it.
The best example I can give you about Julie wanting to do something to help the community is a current project that we've got on the south side of Tifton. It was a side of Tifton that had really been devoid of investment and attention for a long time. And through Julie's leadership and vision, we currently have a new youth center going up in that area. We've got affordable housing going up in that area, and really a whole regional redevelopment. So that is something that I think is a great representation of where Julie's passion and commitment for this community are really shining through.
Of course, the mayor's job isn't just working on the bigger issues. Sometimes, rallying the community to help make a small but significant change can have a lasting impact. And that's exactly what Julie did with Tifton's dog park.
The dog park wouldn't be possible if it wasn't for Julie. There was no funding attached to it. We didn't have a plan. We just knew that we wanted a park.
I think the public-private aspect of putting the dog park in Fullwood Park shows Julie's ability to work collaboratively with the local people, the benefactors, as well as her own internal team. Through the good work and the generous contributions of the people of Tifton, and then also the great support of the city of Tifton, the dog park is here. It's been, I think, a tremendous positive aspect to our community.
She loves Tifton, and she will do anything that she can for the people of Tifton. She is the one person that you can call and say, we've got someone who needs, and she's there. No matter what it is, she's going to make it happen.
After I was appointed chief, she was the first person there to congratulate me. Knowing her as the person that I know she is and how she feels about the community, that was the high point of my life, because being named chief was the high point of my life. She was a part of that.
I think one of the things that Julie would be most proud of is in showing her children and our grandchildren what selfless service really is all about, and what you can do if you're committed, and hopefully leaving a very positive legacy and something that our children and grandchildren can be very proud of.
I am so humbled to even think that I have the opportunity to serve in any capacity with the Georgia Municipal Association. But as the incoming president, I'm just sort of blown away. I'm on this incredible journey, and I don't know why, but I know that I'm on the right path.
Julie's dedication, determination, compassion, and lifetime of service have led to her being named the president of the Georgia Municipal Association. Congratulations, Mayor Julie Smith.
Woo! I brought my water in case I tear up. I brought my Kleenex in case I tear up. I'm going to tear up. Let me just go ahead and get that out there. I just want to say thank you so very much. I am honored and humbled to be before you today as GMA's 90th president. And I'm not just saying that because I'm supposed to. This is a great honor for me personally, and for the city of Tifton too, as our city has never had anyone serve as a GMA president before. Never in my wildest dreams did I think I'd be in a role like this. My goal is to continue the outstanding leadership that Mayor Jim Thornton has provided this last year. Jim, thank you so much for your service. To you and to those that have preceded you, Union City Mayor and current National League of Cities President Vince Williams, former Dublin Mayor Phil Best, Auburn Mayor Linda Bleckinger, and all those that came before. Each of you has kept GMA at the top of the class when it comes to representing and serving cities through advocacy, service, innovation, and not to be overlooked, fellowship, or maybe better termed, friendship. To the 3 other GMA officers elected today, Perry Mayor Randall Walker, Madison Mayor Fred Perryman, and my sister, College Park Mayor Bianca Motley Broom, I am so proud of you. And to the rest of the GMA Board of Directors, congratulations. I cannot wait to work with each and every one of you. I look forward to this coming year and working with you to continue the legacy of outstanding service and leadership that we have come to expect from GMA. To our GMA staff, my goodness, what can I say? Your support of each and every city in Georgia is so very much appreciated. We are blessed to have you working on our behalf. We are where we are today as a state because of your talent and your hard work. Let's give our GMA staff a hand. And to the GMA membership, thank you so much for this honor and this privilege. We are elected by our residents to serve our communities, and now you have given me the privilege and the honor to serve you in your city through the collective action and efforts of GMA, and it is indeed an honor. To my family and friends who have joined me today, your presence means the world to me. You've helped me, you've supported me, you lifted me up when I needed encouragement, kept me grounded when I got a little too big for my britches. Thank you so much for your love and your support. I'd like to take a moment to say a special thank you to the Tift County Board of Commissioners Chairman Tony McBrayer, and also to Melissa Hughes, who is also one of our county commissioners and is my counterpart with the Association of County Commissioners of Georgia. Tifton's in the house, y'all. We're just going to let you know. Melissa and I look forward to serving our entire state through GMA and through ACCG, and I'm honored to have her in her role as I'm in mine. And then there's my ride or die, my best friend, my husband, Doug. To use the words, Doug, of that great poet and sage, John Bon Jovi, I am an 80s rock girl, can you tell? Doug, we got to hold on to what we got. Doesn't make a difference if we make it or not. We've got each other, and that's a lot for love, so we'll give it a shot. Doug, we are definitely living on a prayer, but I wouldn't go through this life with anyone but you. Not even Nikki Sixx, not even Brett Michaels, not even Chris Cleveland. Well, maybe Chris Cleveland, if y'all had seen him, you'd understand. He was in one of our movies in Tifton. Now let me share some thoughts with you. I am not going to talk about ARPA or the bipartisan infrastructure bill or lost negotiations or service delivery or the myriad of issues that we face as city leaders. Don't misunderstand me. I am not saying that these issues aren't important. They are. The decisions we make about them are critical. But we talk and debate and think about them and similar issues day in and day out. We have to think and talk about them whether we want to or not. Instead, today, I just wanted to share a few thoughts about us. Those in this room that have taken on the mantle of leadership in our cities that, as our convention theme alludes to, light the way and lead the future. Now, before I get too far into this, please know I'm not going to be quoting any other philosophers or talking about a city on the hill. Today, I just want to speak from my heart. The first thing that I want to convey to each of you is how very much I admire each of you. I admire the fact that you have given yourself to public service, that you put yourselves out there on the front lines to serve your city, that you've opened yourselves up to criticism and increasingly at times hostility, and way too often attacks on your character. And you're actively addressing the challenges, both large and small, facing our communities and our nation. Public service is a noble endeavor, and it's something that should be lauded. I am your biggest fan. Thank you for what you do. The second thing I'd like you to know is this. I think we are all supposed to be here together in this place, at this moment, on this date, and this time. I don't think our paths cross by coincidence. Call it what you may, but there's a little something in each of us, or maybe it's a big something in us, that inspired us to run for office, to serve our friends and neighbors, and even those that didn't vote for us. And that something has led all of us to be here today. That's a good thing. That's an important thing. Maybe even a great thing, because I have needed to be here with all of you over the years. I've needed to be with you attending the annual convention, the Cities United Summit, our district meetings and training opportunities. I've needed to be with you as you shared the challenges, successes, and sometimes the failures that you have faced in your service to your community. Why? Because our time together has nurtured me and helped me find my way as an elected official. You were my lighthouse. They don't give us a step-by-step owner's manual when we take our oath of office. So what do? We go home, we read our city charter, we jump into service with both feet, we plug in as quickly as we can with GMA, and we get to work. And it's taken me some time to figure this all out, to sort of get the hang of it. And I'm still learning every single day. Our jobs are tough. Public service is not an easy path, but the support, knowledge, insight, and I'll just go ahead and say it, now Vince, listen to me, the love, that I love you and there ain't nothing you can do about it, love, that I found from my GMA city officials across the state has been crucial to my development and to me standing here on this day before each of you. This organization and these people involved with it have indeed shined the light on my path as an elected official, and I am so grateful for that path, for that light, for that inspiration that you provided. You've inspired me and provided solid footing for me as I've navigated the ongoing journey for my city's future. GMA has truly influenced my life. And there's one more thing I want to touch on. I want us to think about our role as city officials and the legacy that we'll leave. And let's do that through the lens of our convention theme, lighting the way, leading the future. Just as GMA and the people involved have provided a beacon of hope and inspiration to me, I hope that each of us will work towards our cities, providing the same thing to those that live and work in our communities. Now, when you break down what cities do into their component parts, it may not seem that cities are involved in activities that light the way and lead the future. In fact, to some people from the outside, saying that we do may come across as a bit pretentious. It's only when we step back and take another look that we see that the work of our cities, the work born of our efforts and of those that do the work on our behalf, does indeed make a difference in the lives of our residents. The investments cities make in housing, arts and culture, clean water, public safety, economic and community development have significant and long-lasting effects on people's lives, health, and prosperity of the places that we call home. When we put in a sidewalk, it makes it a bit safer for that young child to walk to school, and whether they grasp it or not at their young age, it does show that we care for them. When we engage our youth through out-of-school learning programs, mentoring initiatives, or leadership activities, we are giving them hope and showing them how communities are supposed to support the youngest residents as they grow into their future selves. When we make efforts to ensure that healthy food gets on the tables of those that live in a food desert, we're providing more than nourishment. We're underscoring their value and importance as members in our community. When we provide recreation and entertainment opportunities and work to ensure a healthy place to live, we're saying that to our residents that this place that you call home matters, and we want them to be a part of it and to engage in it to their fullest. All of what we do in our cities can be a beacon that guides and inspires those who we serve. Now, when it comes to our legacies, a few of us here this afternoon may end up having a park or a building or a road named for them. That would be pretty special. But it's not really the end game of our actions, or at least it shouldn't be, should it? My hope is that the legacies we leave, once we're no longer in office, will show that what we did was serve all in our cities equally, that we served in a forthright and honest manner, that we served with grace and with compassion, and we laid the groundwork for both our residents and those that follow us in service to be successful. As I thought about what I was going to say to you today, something became very clear to me. Cities lighting the way and leading the future, and our legacies all have something in common, and that's the people that we serve, the people. The ones who challenge us, the ones who encourage us, the ones who may not recognize our face or even know our names. It's the people, all of them, regardless of their age, their color, their place in life, how much or how little money they may or may not have. It's the people, of the people, by the people, and for the people that we do what we do. Because it's all about them, isn't it? They're the keystone to the very purpose of public service, and that fact is both humbling and inspiring. I encourage each of us to lead with humility, to pray for our work, to step out of the spotlight instead of into it, to remember that our time on this earth is fleeting, so our work has to be good. As I close out my remarks to you today, I'd like to share with you a poem that my grandfather, Dr. Frank Boyer, loved to recite, whether he was speaking to an international consortium or just around the table at a family dinner. I believe it underscores what cities and our time in public service is all about. Let me have a sip of water so I can breathe. Hold on. The poem is called Princes and Kings by Arlie Sharp. Isn't it strange how princes and kings and clowns that caper and sawdust strings and common people like you and me are builders for eternity. Each is given a list of rules, a shapeless mass, a bag of tools, and each must fashion ere life is flown, a stumbling block or a stepping stone. Our legacies as public servants will be based on how well we light the way, how well we lead the future for others, and how strong a stepping stone we can be. And may we do it well, because you know what we are. We are cities. United. I'm sorry, I didn't hear that. We are cities. United. One more time. We are cities. United. God bless you and your city. God bless our state, and please, God bless this United States of America. Thank you so very much.